Well, namaste, blessings and greetings, my angels. It is Tigra, and welcome to Sacred Sagittarius. Angels Answers All, one of your original, long lasting Sagittarius only channels here on YouTube, bringing you positive messages for the Sagittarius community. Let's cleanse the space, both yours and mine. Let's welcome the light and protection of all the angels and guides. Archangel Michael, may no weapon form against us prosper, and may all that we do be in light. May the light of God's love and the angels protect us along our journey and path. This is going to be your general weekly reading. A general weekly love reading will follow throughout the day. And I will also start doing the mid-month updates. So I'll do a mid-month update for love as well as general energies, also regarding your careers and finances. And I will throw in 2 additional readings for love. Okay, so let's get started as we start the timestamp at 1 minute. Okay, cards and space have been blessed and prayed over. Let's start with the tarot. What is the energy for Sagittarius this week? As always, show your appreciation by sharing, liking, and commenting. And the more you comment, it actually helps the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, these are general readings, not personal, so take what you will. But your comments help the channel by the YouTube algorithm, by letting it spread further and increase in volume so that many other Sagittariuses can see the content as well. And remember, it is free to subscribe. I know a lot of you watch the videos, but you don't hit the subscribe button. And all those little things that you don't do kind of hurt the channel in growing and getting, the true attention that it deserves. So let's see what we have here. Well, some of you or most of you might be starting out this week with a celebration. This could be a celebration spilling over from the weekend, so some of you could have attended some parties or personal events over the weekend, or you were tying up loose ends this weekend regarding a celebration that you are going to be attending this week. But definitely a time for you to get together with friends, having fun, and enjoying life. But as it is, while you're having fun on one part, there's also the regular part of your life where you're dealing with trauma or deceit, just the pressures of life. So some of you will be pushing back. You will feel like people are going against you, or you feel like people are not on your side with the Seven of Wands energy. So maybe some plans that you want to move forward, you're not in agreement with others, or others are not in agreement with you. You could feel like you're being opposed by everyone. You could just feel like people are not aligning with you. And this could be true, or it can also be your interpretation of that. So much so that some of you might find yourself moving away from a particular situation, or just thinking about moving or relocating, changing jobs, changing your environment, your home, where you rest your head, to get away from the toxicity that is really kind of getting to you now. Thus, with the energy of the Ten of Wands. So having a little celebration over the weekend or during the course of this week, or planning a celebration, it does help you take some of that stress off of you of thinking about the things that you don't want to think about, right? That's why I did a shadow work reading this weekend, because sometimes we kind of hide behind the shadow of the things that we know we need to deal with, or the things that are troubling us, by doing other things that keep us happy. And by all means, that's a great way to heal and to stay in the light. But we also must deal with eventually the things that are compelling against us, the things that are hurting us, the things that we're not aligning with. Picking up your burdens is great and walking away, but if you're picking up your burdens, you're picking up your burdens. You're taking them with you to the next destination. So what are you really escaping? So I think this week it's about having fun and using fun in the activities and the creativity that you're so great at in your life to kind of protect you and take away some of your thoughts and energy from dealing with the stuff that you don't want to deal with, right? But you can't let it think that it's going to solve that problem. You're going to have to boomerang back around and address it. It's not going to go away. Not even if you try and pick it up and move to a different city or state. You can change jobs, but if you don't change your attitude, or if you don't learn the lesson of what it is that was the problem at your last job and with your last coworker or boss, you're going to run into that situation again in the future. So I really believe the energy and the lesson this week is face head on what it is that you need to face. Try to figure out how you can learn from this situation and what lesson this situation brings so that you don't bring or repeat this energy in the future. Because again, running away from it is not necessarily addressing or solving the problem. So I like with the Three of Wands energy and with the King of Wands energy, you kind of get a grip on yourself and say, you know what? I'm not a coward. I'm a strong person. I have convictions. I know I need to deal with this. Taking the time to put on your big girl and big guy pants and deal with the situation and make the right decisions so that you don't find yourself in this state again. Looking at the opportunities of where you can make things different and how not to fall into these relationships or situations that cause you problems, that cause you conflict, right, in the future. We get the energy of choose your friends wisely. You know, choosing your friends wisely, I like that that came up with this energy of getting your act together and facing the things or the people that you don't want to face and putting those energies to bed. Because a lot of times the situations that we find ourselves in or a lot of stress can come from the friends that we choose, those social circles that we find impacts our lives, but not in the way that they wanted us to, or joining a group, right? There's so many different type of social groups, both, you know, in your own social circle and here on the internet that you can join, and you might be joining them for the right or wrong reason, but at some point you realize it's not for you. So choosing your friends wisely really helps you to grow in your path and to have a better understanding of who really is aligned with you, who really is for you and not trying to take from you, but they're trying to help you build. They're aligned with you. They're happy when you're happy. They're happy for you. They're not jealous of you. So choose your friends wisely, because great friends will keep your secrets. Your great friends will be there with you and for you through bad and sad times. Toxic friends, jealous friends, friends that are envious are always going to cause confusion in your life. They're always going to cause the conflict. They're always going to make you feel combative. They're going to be hating on your celebrations. Okay? And you're always going to feel like you have to pick up and move away from that particular friend or that particular situation. But if you align yourself with friends wisely from the beginning, you won't have this repetitive pattern in your life. With the energy of shine your light, don't let your choice of friends or the people who are against you, the people who don't understand you, Sagittarius, stop you from shining your light. You are here for divine purpose. You have a light that shines so bright, and you must use it not only to raise your vibration and to help you live a fulfilled life, but to achieve your destiny in helping and guiding others. With the energy of face your adversaries, yes, thank you, my angels, thank you. You have to face your adversaries, as big as, you know, and as ugly as some of them might be, as shown here. You can't run away from what is hurting you. You can't run away from the things that you don't want to deal with, because they're not going to go away until you deal with them. So facing your adversaries, the people who are against you, the people who are not aligned with you, the people who are the friends that you didn't choose wisely, you can't run away with it or from it. So dealing with it, again, this all aligns with the message that I feel we strongly need to focus on this week with. The bottom of the deck, we end with reach for the stars. You know, when you don't choose your friends wisely and they're causing havoc in your light, they dim your light. They stop your ability or hinder your ability to shine your light. But once you realize who's who and you clean house and you purge, you are ready to soar. You are ready to continue in your destiny and do and become who you are without the hesitation and without looking over your shoulder of these toxic people and energies that they bring. So love, love, love that the universe is really supporting us with the messages that we need to hear. Let's go to the middle of this deck, already knowing the T. The universe is saying, yeah, most of us, all of us, we know what it is we need to clean up in our life. We know what it is or who it is that we need to get rid of or address the situation that needs to be addressed in our life. But do we choose to? No. And again, if you keep running away from it and you don't do the shadow work and the work that need to do from within, you're going to continue to be unhappy. You're going to continue to see and feel closed doors and that energy of just heavy, heavy burden and overload upon you. Toxic. There's a lot of toxic energy and thoughts in you or around you that is stopping you from reaching the stars. Trash, throwing away, getting rid of. I tell you, we've got to hit the chimes for this because the angels are so on with this message that you need to throw away or get rid and toss out of your head. It's not only about, you know, purging or moving away from the physical relationships and people that are toxic to you, but it's also the toxic thoughts that you keep within, the negative feelings that you might have about yourself, all of that energy that you keep within that is hurting you, like I said, preventing you from moving forward to your destiny. Putting on a show. This could be your energy as well as the others around you. Putting on a show, the feelings and the companionship, right, that you think you have with each other, it's fake. There are so many fake people in the world. There's a lot of fake people in our lives, even in our community. People are putting on a show. You have to be able to realize who is real and who is fake. With the message Heart Path, it's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. It's not worth pursuing a path without passion. And I think the only time that we pursue paths without the fiery passion and without our true desire is when we allow others to guide us in the direction that they want us to go into. So it's all about listening to your inner thought, your inner intuition, and making decisions that you need to make and that you truly want to make and enjoy for your life. Let's see what we got going on for career this week. We get work-life balance. Many of you might be trying to achieve this, or it could be a reminder that for you to have peace and happiness in your life, you need to have a good, stable work-life balance. Strive for that in your career. Learn to set boundaries. Prioritize your career and your personal matters, and ensure that you find the time to relax not only with and for yourself, but also for your family. We also get emergency fund, a reminder that, we are in tough times and we don't know how much tougher it might get. Please set money aside for a rainy day. Create, and not only create, but maintain. Make sure you are adding and checking on your emergency fund. They suggest about 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses to keep it accessible so you can access it in case of an emergency. And then once you use it for a particular emergency, replace that money back so that you're always, kind of up to the threshold that you set. Side hustle. Some of you might be looking into getting a side hustle to increase your flow of money. If not, it could be the time for you to explore. If you can't make additional money, if you can't get additional hours in your current job, look at other ways. Use your talents to stream for additional income. Final card for the career is long-term planning. For those of you who are getting older, or those of you changing, particular work career goals, or changing where you're going to live, right? Or you're changing your ideas of what you want to do as you grow older, or who or where you're going to live. You need to start setting those financial goals for retirement. 1 minute you're 30 and the next minute you're 60. Trust me, the time goes by so fast with a blink of an eye. So those of you who are in your 30s and 40s, it's a great time now to secure those 401ks, save money for that rainy day, kind of plan where it is, that you want to be or live, what is going to be your destination for your retirement years and what that looks like. Keep up with your Social Security statements, how much you're putting in, and your investments for future retirement. So give it some thought. I know it seems like it's not a today problem, especially if you're young, but like I said, if you put it aside and don't give it thought, before you know it, you're going to be catching up and it's going to be too late to catch up. At least to the point where you're going to feel comfortable that you have enough money saved. As we're coming near a close, we get the desk energy. Pay attention to your work. Personal distractions, and when you don't have a work-life balance, can throw you off from your work. Pay attention to your work. Pay attention to your details in your work. We're coming towards, the end of the year season where there's promotions and there's, your work gets evaluated. So you really want to put in a lot of good hard work these last 3 months, especially if you haven't been doing, that great for the past year. With the horseshoe, good luck is on your side, and the universe is saying you have luck. You are lucky. Even if you haven't been doing things like you should be doing for yourself or in your career, if you really want to change it, luck will be on your side, but you've got to take that step. You've got to show the universe that you're ready to do the work. And with the energy of the hills, obstacles to overcome, yes, some of us or all of us are dealing with a lot of obstacles that we need to overcome, achieving the work-life balance, learning to get rid of relationships or getting ourselves out of situations that are not healthy for us, trying to establish, money for our future, trying to establish money for emergencies, right? Thinking about retirement, thinking about, the world and our life and our families. There are a lot of things that we have to deal with. Life isn't easy, but luck and love is on our side, and as long as you stay focused and you're true to your dream and to your reality, and you take action, things will work out in divine time. We end with the card of the wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. Remember, I did say that there are jealous people around you. Could be family, friends, or coworker, or even someone that you don't know. They're just jealous of you because of who you are, what you look like, what you wear. They could be trying to put wedges in between your relationships with people who you're really cool with. So just be careful of that. Unfortunately, we can't stop people from disliking us, but we cannot entertain their energy if we don't want to. We can acknowledge it and be aware of it, but we don't have to entertain it. We end with the Tower card. Constant change, expected or unexpected, but when you build a solid foundation in your life with solid friends, and you choose your friends wisely, and you do all the things that was mentioned within this reading, you will have success when you take the effort and you focus and you rid yourself of the unnecessary toxic things, actions, thoughts, and deeds that you perform and you allow to happen in your life. May you have a blessed week.